The Arrows Up podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors and walls, and self-leveling underlays. They service all of California, and they are an awesome company. They speak Spanish, and they do amazing work. Check them out at Triumph_coatings on Instagram. And if you use the promo code ARROWSUP, you get 10% off. So check them out. On today's episode, David is here, and we talk about a little bit of Ryan Garcia and a lot about just how dangerous the attitude of self-preservation can be in every form, in business, in friendships, when you're collaborating with somebody, the whole thing. So we talk about that. Very interesting conversation. And of course, the final thought. Before I bring in David, awesome night of basketball. We recorded this Monday night after the Laker game. So Lakers crushing defeat. Posted the buzzer beater on our Instagram. Check that out. The Knicks with a crazy victory. Posted that on our Instagram. Check that out. Just awesome last 2 days of basketball. After the first 7 games kind of sucked. And then the OKC Pelicans game was really good. And then Knicks, Sixers, and Lakers Nuggets, these last 2 were amazing. So hopefully we keep it going. But that's it. We'll do more basketball with Gehrig on Thursday. And keep an eye out on our Instagram for your daily recap of every single matchup in the NBA playoffs. I'll keep doing more of those with more stuff. So keep an eye on that on Instagram at Arrows Up. So without further ado, here is David.
Lovely.
Yo.
You hear me? Yeah?
Yeah, I got you.
I gotta boost morale. I just got, just.
We're gonna need more than a hat to boost morale.
I know, but I gotta do something, right? I just,
Oh man.
I was watching in the so I was making food during the first half, and then when we guys texting about the game, I started watching the third, and not to because with Angel, you were bro, shut up, don't jinx it, just. And so when I was watching, they had a 20-point lead. I was like, all right, let me sit and watch the game a little bit, and that's when they went cold a little bit, and I was just kind of I was like.
Dang, you did that to the Lions, and now you did that to us.
Bro. So I went away. I went in my room. I was like, nah, I'm not going to. And then I thought, okay, game's almost over. Let's see them finish this one off, please, something.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and then Jamal Murray, and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my end, I blame Stephanie. The Lakers are up 20. And she's like, this game's boring. And I'm like, this is what we want. I want this to be the most boring game ever. Because she likes close games. And when Murray hit the shot, I'm like, well, it's your fault. You want an exciting game? You even got a buzzer beater.
Yeah. That's... that's crazy. Okay, because she played sports, right? She basketball, right? Did she basketball?
Yeah, she played basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm one of those guys both in playing and even in watching sometimes, right? Because I get it. Sure, if games are closer, fun. Yeah,
Right.
But it's a really good feeling when you're kicking another team's ass, and you're just like, I don't want to say like autopilot, but you're kind of cruising through. You're like, oh yeah, like open up the playbook. What can we throw and just
let me ask you: when you were playing, did you prefer close games or blowouts?
Blowout.
Yeah, she preferred blowouts, of course.
Yeah, blowouts are fun, dude. Especially playing O-line. Like when your running back hits that hole and you're just like, your guys are like flying across like gazelles, just and you're like, I did that, you know? Like that's just, or your QB gets a nice pass off and you're like, oh, I gave him that time. So-and-so's trying to kill him and I took him out. So yeah. Going cold too, like when you guys mentioned that, like, because I had, I've experienced that as well, and that is like a terrible feeling. Being in the game and watching it like unfold. It's like,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's such a,
because you're looking at the guys next to you too, like that. Like there's one game in particular where we were up going into halftime, and the second half we didn't score any points, and I watched this, like I was like, we really couldn't do like, and it's, dude.
Yeah,
I can't like describe it. It's weird because it's like
for sure. It's like helplessness, but you can't describe it.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could like go like try to fire up your teammates, but like part of you also goes numb watching it happen throughout like a half where you're just like, yeah, it's. Man.
Is it more frustrating if you played what, O-line?
O-line, yeah, O-line.
Is it more frustrating when your team is like, when the lead is like going away because you can't score or because you can't stop them?
Man. For me, scoring, because that's kind of like a reflection of like us, like especially O-line. Because you're watching in this particular game that this is against like one of our rivals, and we were up 21-10, and I never beat them throughout my 4 years. I never beat those guys.
Yeah.
These specific guys. Right. We were up 21-10, and so we're going to halftime, and I'm thinking like, dude, we're gonna do this. We're gonna beat these guys finally. We were just holding on to our blocks long enough. Like we just, and so watching that, like, cause it all starts there. Like that goes down to like the, was it Harbaugh that said, he's like, O-line, if the O-line isn't right, then he's like, then everything feeds off of that. And so watch like your guys, like the rest of your teammates in that specific position, it's like, dang, dude,
Yeah.
I remember once you asked me like, years ago, I think, or it might have been recent, maybe like a year or two ago, but we were talking about defensive tackles or ends that are sometimes smaller than offensive linemen, but because of angles, leverage, speed, power, all that kind of stuff, you can bully the bigger man.
Right.
And to help, like for example, like a Nick Bosa, right, or like an Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's he's not a big guy, but very powerful. The feeling of helplessness when you can't stop a guy and you have the physical advantage, that is a demoralizing feeling. You're just like, dude, but like you're getting outworked, out hustled,
right?
And so, yeah, man, that's rough. So,
yeah, I think with this game, it just was like like it's almost like Jokic is there, so they have a chance.
Yeah,
and you're just like like, oh my god.
Especially him, it's kind of like the Tim Duncan thing where it's like he's not like a big like braggadocious guy. Like he just wants to do his job. He like even with the foul, he's just kind of like, oh, like it's a foul, like But he's just so good. You're watching him slowly get the momentum going. Even with the teammates around him, they all kind of like feed off of it, and they're all calm and collected. And you're like, what? Okay, what can we do? Like, and you have AD. Like it's weird. It's Yeah.
Tough loss for the Lakers. That's probably over. It's probably over.
Though games like this, those moments, that's where you like, you have to set up some kind of stand, and if you don't, then it's like, nah.
Yeah.
in a series like that. Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun. Did you see the Ryan Garcia replay? Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I caught highlights like super like the wee hours of the morning on Sunday because I had a gig. So I had a gig and it was at a place where there wasn't a bunch of service.
Mm.
So I was like leaving. It was like South San Luis, like kind of in the boonies, like a little bit off the highway, but crappy cell service. And so I was like driving home and I saw like your guys' text and I was like, fight of the year. I was like, what? So and then so
Oh, so
check Twitter.
that's okay. So you had no idea what had happened?
No, bro. I had written this fight off as like
Oh,
Haney's
yeah.
slicing this dude up, like just,
Right.
and
Okay.
I didn't
Okay.
get it I didn't get it in real time, like
Gotcha.
because with other fights when I missed them, like
Yeah, you're on Twitter and you're texting me like, "Hey, what's going
right,
on?" Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
when Canelo beats Plant, Trevor's
Mm-hmm.
sending me like
Mm-hmm.
round by rounds. I'm checking
Right.
Twitter. I
Yeah.
can see the knockout typically. Same thing with like when Bud pieced up Spence. I
Mm-hmm.
saw it,
Yeah.
But this one was like I was like getting back to like civilization, and I'm seeing the text come in, and I'm like, what? What the hell happened? Like you get off the grid for a few hours, and like all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, yeah.
Your grandma's running marathons. Like, you're just like,
Right.
what? Like who?
And it's one thing. It's one thing if was it like kind of like your spidey senses were tingling when I was the one that told you like, "Hey, fight of the year right here."
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Because
Okay. All
I
right.
saw like I saw Adrian's text too. He was like, "Oh, dude, you were right about Haney, blah blah. The body shots, like no
Yeah.
power." And I was just like, okay. And I was thinking, and when I first saw those, I was like, okay, we kind of knew that. So maybe
Yeah.
it was a boring fight, and Haney just outboxed him, but didn't let anything of consequence, and just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then I saw Fight of the Year, and I was like, oh no, this was exciting. This was like outrageous, and I was like, dang. So then I hopped on Twitter, and knockdowns, and I was like, knockdowns, like, dude.
Plural.
I was like, what, in what round? I was like, and then I saw the when he checked him in the first round and he wobbled him, and I was like,
yeah.
whoa,
You heard him. Yeah, 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 yeah.
dude. Yeah. So yes, I saw a few like highlights like late that night, early that morning, and then Sunday watch like some like at that point like DAZN put out like their highlights and all that, and then today this morning someone on Twitter dropped like the whole fight like in its entirety. So I saw that. And then I also saw the like post-fight press conference. And so yeah, I have thoughts. Because it's like, because I saw your reaction too. And I was telling my dad too, because we just got into it today, me, Sam and my dad. And obviously like good fight, impressive fight, but seeing the things out of the ring and even some in the ring a little bit, even like with Derek James, it just makes me sad because it's like, if this was a glimpse of like him, like the greatness that he, can't have, could have, whatever you want to call it. It just makes you wonder, like, man, if this guy was actually all about it and was like super disciplined, like how,
where would
elite he could be, because if he's doing this, and sure, if he can't make the weight, I get it, bro. Like make the way you want to fight at. All the guys do that. But it's like, man, like just, bro, he could have. We could be talking like all time great, like just the speed, the power.
Yeah.
But even during the fight, some of the commentators were saying that like they had asked Derek James about like the shoulder roll stuff, and he was like, "No, we're not doing that." Like, no. And then Ryan in person was like, "No, I'm gonna," and you're like, "And my brother's your trainer." Like, that's like, so.
Yeah.
And so, because I heard your I listened to some of the pod like with Harry, the one like the baseball one, which
Right.
I thought as well. I want to weigh in, but
On the baseball.
Not the baseball stuff, but like the umpire stuff.
Let's do it.
The jersey thing he's talking. He was like the jersey thing. I was kind of like, bro, I see what you're getting at, but you gotta set this. You gotta package it like the Los Dodgers thing.
That was crazy, right? That's a crazy take.
I feel like you would need a Dodger that would represent said communities in LA.
I was just like, what are you talking about?
Is it okay? And
it made no sense. Yeah.
Which I'm like, because obviously, like I knew even you were saying you're like, bro, I live in LA. Like, obviously, we know it's a melting pot, but like with the Ohtani thing, it's going to be interesting seeing them play up him being Japanese and being that good, right? Yeah. So it'd be really cool to see because you mentioned like the Angels, but the Angels are the Angels. Like the Angels are like pretty,
right? Of course,
no one's watching. No one cares. But
yeah.
It'd be like the Lakers get like a really sick, like for example, like the Lakers get like a really hypothetical great Armenian player. Bro, you know how many Armenians in Burbank would start repping like Laker gear? Like,
well, even if the Lakers would have got in Jaime Jaquez, who played at UCLA.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So like
Mexican.
Right.
Had the Lakers drafted him.
Yeah.
Everybody would have a Jaime.
And this goes back to
Jaquez jersey.
I think I might have told you like there was a point in time where like Hispanic people and Mexicans did not like the Dodgers until they brought Fernando Valenzuela.
Yes.
There's a lot of history there with Chavez Ravine.
Yes.
So like I get what Harry's saying, and I agree. Like, sure, there's a lot of places, like little like pockets, but I feel like you got to have the guy at least to kind of get that thing going.
Yeah.
But it's marketing, right? Like you even said, like they're totally marketing.
It was so weird that he was such a like. Why? Like, have you gone to a Dodger game? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's like you said with me, like being a Dodger fan, you're like, bro, David's a Dodger fan the way like Mexicans are like Catholic. It's kind of just like I take no offense. I'm like, bro, I'm here with a Laker cap, like
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it works unless they have like some kind of ambassador,
right?
For set, because it's like, oh, like there's like a Koreatown district, like, but if you don't have a guy that can kind of champion that for marketing, and then you have to be a star
and bring those people in.
Exactly.
Yeah, so bring those people in.
Because at the end of the day, it's all like PR, marketing, right? Just selling. So
yeah,
and like you said, like bro, Mexicans buy, like we,
Yeah, and that's and I was trying to tell him like if and when the Dodgers come out with a Japanese themed Dodger jersey, Mexicans are going to buy.
You know how many weeaboos that are Mexicans that love Dragon Ball Z are going to be like, oh, they got a Japanese player, Ohtani? Great.
Exactly.
Someone's making Dodger anime, I'll watch it.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's funny.
So when I was listening, I was like, come on, Harry, like, yeah.
It was funny how he was trying to spin it. He was trying to tell me, like, if I don't live in LA, like if I didn't, like I haven't lived here. And I'm like, bro, like, do you understand? Like, you're doing this podcast with somebody that lives in Huntington Park,
like a bona fide Angelino. Like
you do understand?
Yeah.
I'm not in Boston somewhere. Like I'm here in Los Angeles.
Right. Yeah. Because even like with the like Jackie Robinson, like having black friends, like of course, like going into that, like it's so it's just gotta have its time and place, like with the appropriate, like the players in there, like because even me seeing like when they first brought Ohtani out, there was a video that the Dodgers put out like on their Twitter of him speaking Spanish, like with the guys, and I'm like, dude, like bro, I ate it up. I was like, take my money, please.
Exactly.
So and then the umpires thing. So I'm with you. Yeah. Bring in the robots. Like, because I'm surprised. Actually, no, I'm not surprised. Like, it's crazy that they haven't modernized that aspect of the game yet. I get if you're playing baseball in like the 20s and 30s, like, yeah, sure. Like the honor code, but You think of like the 40-yard dash when people run the 40-yard dash. Like they used to have guys with the stopwatch.
Yeah.
And you would have a lot of like discrepancies. Like, have you seen that? There was like the Jesse Owens movie where like he broke the record on one guy's watch, but another guy watch was like, no, I had it off by like point something, and like we have to go with the lowest time. And nowadays that's not a thing. When you see guys at the combine or anywhere, there's like that machine there, and I'm like, we haven't had any consistency with like the strike zone, just as far as like having an actual I feel like we could do it. You got to like you said, some kind of camera, like sensor.
The thing is, they do it in the minor leagues.
Yeah,
it's all robotic.
Yeah,
in the minor leagues,
that's crazy.
There is an umpire in the back, but the umpire is just there, just telling everybody what the computer is said it was, which is like how it should be. That's what are we doing? Yeah. It was just funny at the video that the clip of the game today where the Yankee manager gets tossed for something the fan says.
That was so weird. I'm like,
and it's just so funny because the camera's like on him and you could tell he doesn't say anything. He's just quiet.
Yeah.
He's like, what I say? I didn't say anything.
Because even today, like during the Laker game when the Lakers challenged a foul, which I'm telling myself I don't watch a lot of basketball, but as it happened, I asked Sam, I was like, you can do that nowadays? You can challenge what you think is or isn't? And correct me if I'm wrong, he said it's like, I think it started like a year or two ago, maybe they started doing that.
Yeah, it started a few years ago. The thing is, the thing in basketball, I hate it because it slows down the game.
Yeah.
And they take forever.
Right.
Forever. Like, I don't understand. Like, you should have somebody watching it and telling the referee, hey, this is what happened. This is the call.
Right. Yeah. Just so we can be like, hey, if someone wants to contest the act, I saw this right when it happened on the camera.
It's just not worth it for them to stop the game for as long as they do. It's why I think they should get rid of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It slows. You get a game that's a really good game. Like the Lakers Warriors in the regular season, they were playing a game and it was a good game. It was a close game. And at the end, it was like, completely destroyed the tempo, everything by challenges. It was like 30 minutes of real time.
Yeah,
the game had stopped.
Oh wow, they go that long.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like, bro, like, how do you guys not have faster? Like
at that point, I feel like you just have to regulate it. Like, yo, like 2 minutes tops. Look at it. Like, and then, like make a decision.
Needs to be. That's why I think they should just let it be.
It's got to be streamlined.
You missed the call. You missed the call. Because in soccer is really fast. In soccer. If something happens,
soccer, they can do that too. Like check the.
But there's no challenge in soccer. Is
it when the officials want to review it, like they themselves?
Yeah. So say there's something happens. There's I think 3 referees watching like on screens, different angles, and the referee will tell them, "Hey, I think we should let's review this.
Let's check this one out real quick." Boom.
Yeah, and the referee will stop and they'll tell him, "No, it looks good." Or they'll tell them, hey, maybe you should go look at it. And it's like 2 minutes, boom. And
that's what I'm saying. Because then it's like when you're in the game, like there's a shot clock.
Yeah.
There's, the clock in the NFL, like you got to get your playoff and then you got to live with the decision,
Yeah.
Time management. But yeah, like with the ejection, I'm like, you would think with today's technology, you could just like another official can just go and show the ump, like, yo, we have footage of him. He didn't even say anything. Like, let's strike that and just keep the game going. That's So.
What'd you think of what we said about Ryan Garcia, though?
About okay, with you like the cash cow stuff. I think that's but I also think it's like a matter of like how so it's extended now, right? Him having that notoriety, having won. So for me, the thing is like, how long is this going to last, right? Because obviously he can fight, talented, but again, like with the discipline aspect, it's like, okay. And then he said, I'm doing 147, right? So at this point, you're discussing a catch weight 145 or fighting dogs at 147. So yeah, and also seeing Oscar at the press conference, like, oh, we're the face of boxing. I'm like, Oscar, let's calm down. Let's put the crack pipe down. and let's like. But I get it. I get why he's excited. This
but I
guy's
do
like finally starting to cash in on just like what he could be, you know?
That, and I think they probably know maybe we got 3 big fights.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. Like there's like an expiration date on how long, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's why it makes it sad just seeing like how this has all gone down. It's like, man.
It's crazy because I did the Instagram thing because I had forgotten to do, because I was doing, because I've been doing the recaps after every game, after every play.
Right, the NBA ones, yeah, love those, by the way. Love those.
And so Stephanie would be like, "Oh, you ready?" And I'm like, hold on, let me just record this one video, 1 minute." And so I'm limiting myself to a minute because that's like, you do more than a minute, and Instagram kind of like
nice
breaks
attention
it.
span. Yeah,
it's just a minute. Boom, like this is what happened. Quick. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And so somebody messaged the pod page,
right,
and was like, "Hey, like, what's your prediction? What's the prediction for Haney Garcia?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I'll just do it real quick." And we hadn't talked about Haney Garcia, at least not extensively,
and not recently either. Maybe like
no, we didn't do like a preview pod or anything.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it was we were fatigued with talking about Ryan and all the nonsense. We did like 2 pods for him, like, this is what's happening.
We're like, this is what's going on.
Yeah. And I was just so during the week, I was like thinking of like, okay, like, because we were gonna record with Trevor, which hopefully soon we'll make that happen. But we were gonna record with Trevor, so I was getting like stuff ready, like, for Trevor,
mental notes,
and I was like writing stuff down. And so I had gone back and I watched the Lomachenko fight, and I had watched the Linares fight.
Linares, yeah.
And Haney struggled against those guys.
Yeah.
And he was, I think Linares hurt him.
Linares wobbled him when he was walking back to the stool. And then Lomachenko landed like several like crunchy shots where you're like, if Lomachenko was a slightly bigger dude, this guy he's getting caught. You know?
So I kind of like filed that away. So I was like, all right, let me do this. And I was just kind of like, because I didn't want to be like, Ryan's crazy, he's not disciplined, he's going to lose. But like, nobody wants to watch that.
Right. Because they've all seen it. They've all,
So you know what, let me give the case. So I did it. Ryan has a chance. He has a chance. For the same reason why I thought he could be Tank. And so I laid it out, but, Haney's he's a better boxer. He's more disciplined. He's, more skilled, blah, 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 blah. I put up there, and then the fight starts, and Ryan, like, wobbles him. And my family had came over, so we're all watching it here. And he wobbles him, and we're like, whoa.
What is this?
And from round 2 to round 6, it was all Haney.
Right.
And it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we thought we were going to get. Like,
but even then, like, so as you're watching those rounds too, like, you could see his punches that were landing pretty flush too.
No, for sure. At no point that I think Haney I didn't think Haney was gonna hurt him or knock him out. I said my prediction was Haney by decision because Haney doesn't have the power to put.
But even then, because Haney looked pretty good against Regis at 140, so there was still a question of like, okay, will the extra 5 pounds make somewhat of a difference of just being enough, not enough to hurt him, but just enough to. And that's why when I was watching, I was like, oh, even at this weight against Ryan, because also like they both look big at 140.
Both look big.
Like when I saw the highlights, I thought the video was like You know what I mean? Like that. I thought it was like kind of like stretched
Right,
out a little bit,
right.
and I was like, damn, why do they both look so bulky and short? But I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they actually just look that big once they've
Yeah.
rehydrated.
They were like 150, 160
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Dude, I'm hearing crazy reports about when guys rehydrate, like where they're just like
I
Conor
mean,
Ben will weigh in at a catch
yeah.
weight of like 150 something, and he's like
Right.
172, and they're like,
Well,
what? Like,
the report that came out was that Eddie Hearn said this. Eddie Hearn said that they were trying to get Ryan to weigh
oh right, yeah,
Ryan to weigh in Saturday before the fight. Like pretty much to do like a reweigh, like, hey, like we
like
just
how
want
much
to
do we weigh right
see.
now? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And Haney's dad was like, no, because we're gonna be pretty big too, so we don't want to open those kind of worms. So
right,
it
yeah.
just tells you like just they rehydrate to such a crazy amount.
Yeah, I saw Thurman saying like these guys must be doing like liquid IVs and drinking something
Yeah,
else, and
bro.
he
Yeah,
just you're like, what are they doing? You know,
yeah,
because he was like, Thurman was saying like I might weigh in for like say it's like say it's 154, but there's like a catch rate like 158. He's like, I'll just rehydrate like an extra 2 or 4 pounds tops.
yeah,
But these young guys, they're just like blowing
yeah.
up, and I'm like, what? So
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
Um, so 2-6. It's Ryan's not really throwing. He's not really doing much. It's Haney, not because he's like beating him up, but just Haney is just landing. He's throwing. He's walking him down.
right, yeah, he was in the center of the ring too. I was like,
And
okay,
then
I
in
was
the
like,
seventh, it just flips. And the referee was awful.
yeah,
He was so bad because there was a second knockdown in the seventh round that he doesn't call.
he didn't acknowledge, yeah, yeah,
And it's crazy. And so it was bad refereeing, but it was it was awesome to see Ryan hit that level because you knew that was there. But I, it is difficult to talk about him without like feeling sad, like
yeah.
knowing this isn't sustainable.
Because I was telling my brother,
Knowing,
because
like,
he was like, yeah,
you
I mean,
know,
he was hyped. He was like, dude, like, and then he was even saying, he's like, yo, German's like, and I was like, chill, Germ, like, Germ knows what this is. Like,
yeah, it was a great
and
night, and I was super excited to
right. So
watch
you
it.
got to give him that. But it's like, if you look at the larger picture, it's like,
It's not sustainable. Yeah,
even Shannon Sharp, who he was, because he said he watched the fight and he was tweeting and he was like, if Ryan took his craft seriously, he's like, he could have this fight done inside of like 5. Like, he could just, easily, if from the start of his like career, just taking
yeah.
things serious with his abilities, he
Mm-hmm.
was like, dude, he walks through Haney, you know, beats Tank. If he
Oh
focuses on like
yeah,
improving
yeah,
ring IQ, even if it's like some kind of catch rate at like what, I don't know, say like 139 or whatever it is, right? He's like, dude, he walks through some of these guys, no problem. The only ones that I would say probably give him a fit are like Teofimo, because Teofimo does have pop, a significant
yeah.
amount of pop. But some of these, like
Shakur.
if Shakur, yeah, dude, Shakur, if you improve your IQ, improve and with the speed he has, because his speed too, like, because Haney's fast, but Ryan was just that much faster and had the power. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
the timing, bro. Also, when
I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's all an act. I'm hoping that this is like the persona he has to make.
mm-hmm.
I don't think it is. Obviously, I don't think it is. But I wish I just it's one of those things that as a boxing fan, the train has left. I'm not a Ryan guy. He's not
Right,
going to be my guy.
right,
But just there's something beautiful whenever you watch a fight and you're like, this is why we tune into boxing. This is why.
Right.
Because when boxing is right, nothing compares to this. This is like,
It's like the Any Given Sunday. Like
oh
anybody
my
can beat
God.
anybody.
Yeah. And it was when Ryan knocked him down again, like the third time, my stepdad was like, Danny, you said you said Haini was gonna win. I was like, yes, but I said he has a chance. I said he has a chance.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it just I don't know how sustainable it is for Ryan. Unless
Yeah.
it's all a persona. If it's all a persona and he's just made this up, kind of like the way Floyd made up you
Like
know,
money. Like just
money or Pretty Boy,
Yeah.
the way he made that up, and it's just all it is. It's all a persona. We might have something here, but if he's really like drinking every day, doing like,
That was another thing. Because with these guys, right, that put even like I've heard reports of like a Colby Covington, like fans go up to him in person and they say, "Hey man, love how you fight," like, and they're like,
right,
really wish you wouldn't do all the stuff you do. And he's like, dude, I got to do it to sell these fights and make money. Because before that, he would like he was not a pay-per-view draw, you know.
Yeah, he was about to be off
with
the UFC.
Yeah, so with Ryan at the press conference where he's saying like the drinking thing, like I'm just like, man. And then he was like, "Oh, I can do all this and I still win." I'm like, no, dude, because it's gonna feed the ego more. That's why it's like when you're saying it's not sustainable, it's like if he thinks that this is like a recipe to just keep doing this, it's like,
I think what sucks is that if Oscar was a
decent human being,
yeah,
I'll say it. I don't care.
He'd be the perfect guy to tell Ryan,
be a mentor. Yeah,
it's not sustainable. But Oscar's like crazier than Ryan, so just the blind leading the blind,
dude.
You know?
Oscar is the walking epitome of like when you lose, like where all your real friends at, and then when you win big, they were like dapping each other up at the press conference, and I was like, wow. After the Tank fight, you were nowhere to be found, bro. None of your guys were anywhere to be found with this guy. And he knocks on Haney, and you guys are there, buddy, face of boxing, right next to him at the press conference, handshakes, and I'm like, wow, dude. Like, oh, que suave, Oscar. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
just different note, but
yeah.
The So when I asked you guys in the chat about like the football soccer thing, I like because when you mentioned your brother, you're like, oh, he doesn't really watch basketball, right? And then I was like, oh, what sports does he like?
Mm-hmm.
And you said football and soccer, and then it got me thinking. I was like, throughout most of the time when I played sports, I didn't know any guys that did those two particular sports, which I thought was interesting. And then that's why I asked you guys, okay, where you went to school, were there any guys? I figured, like where I went to high school, like obviously there's still a lot of Latinos, but they're the kind of Latinos that, you know, maybe don't speak as much Spanish or, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I figured since where you went to school is a little more like, it's closer to LA for sure, a lot more like Latinos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if any of the guys that played football and were successful doing football played soccer at a high level as well. I thought for some reason there would have been some kind of connection, and so I was surprised when both you and Adrian, and even Adrian who went to Southeast, they were like, "Oh no, like we didn't have any guys like," because I had teammates that like one of my receivers, like he was like the most athletic in the yearbook, and he was a big basketball guy. He was great at basketball. I had guys that did baseball.
Yeah.
Guys that wrestled, you know. And I thought, yeah, I didn't. My center did soccer, but he was a goalie, and he just did it like freshman year, just, you know, because he grew up playing some soccer.
Yeah.
And then I asked my dad too. I was like, when you were in high school, did any of the guys that played football, like the star guys, did any of them play soccer at a high level on the school team? And he was like, and he kind of thought about it, and he's like, no, they would do basketball and baseball, but do you think that's to do with like the cultural aspect of like soccer not being that big over here? Like just because even Adrian said like the guys that did play soccer, like they were exclusive to soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm, I think it's just
Because obviously guys in both sports that are good, like they're like crazy athleticism, right? But I just there seems to be like a
well, I don't think the skill set translates all the time.
yeah,
You know, because if you're good at soccer, like really good at soccer,
right,
it's you're well coordinated,
right.
you have really good hand-eye coordination. Um and you're low to the ground, but you're also like trying to be as lean as possible.
Nimble, yeah, yeah, yeah. That I mean, sure, for sure.
Where
Like
in
the
football, you're not really trying to be that lean. You're trying to be agile for sure, but not at the. You're not sacrificing.
bulk, like you still need some bulk in
Yeah,
some way, shape, or form.
yeah,
Even if you're playing even if you're like a receiver, sure, you do have like you have quickness, agility,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
you might be blocking some dudes on
Exactly.
certain plays.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I started when I was like, oh, if Jared were to do both, I was like, that would be I would say like somewhat rare because you just
yeah. It
I
doesn't
I haven't
happen.
heard of it.
Yeah,
So especially if your brother were like, let's say he were to be like a quarterback, like
yeah.
a good quarterback, you're like,
Right.
bro,
That's
star
like
guy in both of those sports.
what does make sense is football and baseball
Right, right.
because it's the same type of body type. It's the same type you need, leverage,
Even with basketball too,
strength.
like like you guys,
Yeah, but basketball, you you get more foot soccer players that play basketball and vice versa because of the same thing. Like you can be leaner in
yeah,
basketball. Um, where football you and baseball you need broader shoulders. Like it's just, a bigger back, the whole thing.
right. Muscle mass to actually like
Yeah.
to drive the ball. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So it
Hmm.
is it is a different build. So it makes sense why those two really don't cross over.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Jared. Jared's got to do it. He's got to be the guy.
He's got to be the trailblazer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So the Mungia thing that I said, did you like?
I was just like lion, but I mean, I don't know.
I meant it purely with like the age aspect, where it's like he's
Mm-hmm.
not too green. Like he's because if Mungia were like 22 or 23,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be like, they're throwing this kid to the wolves like way too early. If he were like 34, 35, we'd say Canelo's cherry picking an old guy. But 27, I'm like, dude, Canelo was 27 when he fought Triple G the first time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I'm like, that's like a ripe age.
For sure. Yeah.
Like you definitely won't be able to use. So that I had hands for Angel because it smelled like Angel was gonna like throw some shade at Canelo, and I'm like, I might not agree with everything Canelo does at this moment, but that's still my guy. It's like the shirt that Elijah shared. He's like saved but has hands. I'm like I'm
right.
not on good terms with Canelo, but that doesn't mean I stopped caring. So I just had to like
Yeah.
represent real quick, and I was like,
I feel you.
he's 27. He does look young for sure. He does have like a baby face, but he's 27. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel you. Um, I do think that one of the things that is different. I think speaking of Canelo, is I think the question of what happens after Munguia is going to be super interesting.
Oh yeah,
You know, like what does he
yeah.
do
This
after
is
that?
yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you about. I was reading over the weekend some of the Belichick stuff that came out, and how pretty much Robert Kraft was telling people
The
not to
Falcons. I saw that one.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he
a
told him
little
not
bit. Yeah,
yeah, he told him not to, that he's like a traitor and like he just like a control freak and blah blah blah. And then there was in that report, it was like that there's these two guys that are like close to the owner of the Falcons, and they didn't want. It was pretty much like those guys didn't want Belichick in because if Belichick comes in, they were both going to be tossed. And so I wanted to ask you, what do you think of like this idea of job preservation? You know, over above anything else, because that's what it
right.
seems that went on with the Falcons, where it was these two guys that prioritized not winning, but prioritized their own life, their own jobs.
Yeah,
And I was thinking about, it made me think of just like, when people are part of a thing, and there is what everybody assumes to be the goal. So if you're on a team, the goal should be to win. But then you see what they're doing. You're like, well, actually, your actions aren't that of a team that wants to win. Like your actions are telling us otherwise. Like I know you're telling me this, but your actions are actually like telling
out
me
of like a
something
deeply
else.
rooted self interest that doesn't even have to
Yeah.
do with yeah.
When it comes to like friendships, when it comes to like you're in a band and things like that,
Mm.
have you ever seen that? Like where
Always.
like where it's like the self-interest where we're in the band and our goal is to be what X, to be whatever the goal is. But then you see the actions of some of the people and you're like, I don't know, man. Like, I know you're saying this, but this is what actually is coming out.
Man, have I got a story for you. Oh
Give
boy.
it to me.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so this is actually something in this realm kind of happened, and it has to do with like the foundation of the band that I'm in now and how we came to be. So a couple years ago, this is like right after the initial COVID lockdowns, things started opening up a little bit, right? So people started doing some kind of form of live music. So people that were in bands started getting together again, rehearsing, shaking their friends' hands again, all that good stuff. So I was in a band.
Shaking their friends' hands again.
No, for real.
I get it. No, I feel you. I just funny.
And
It's just funny.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not on that train of like, bro. Because I know some people that were like, when COVID was happening, like there's a lady that I know of where she was like, oh, like COVID's not a thing. I went to a funeral and made an emphasis to like hug and talk to everyone. And I'm just like, that's a little weird. Like I'm not, So anyway, so yeah, you get together with your homies again. You're doing music.
All right.
I was in this band, and we brought in a new member, new addition, right? Which is the singer of the band that I'm in now, right? So we brought him in to do like keyboard, background vocals. And so I started rehearsing and I noticed, I was like, man, this guy's really talented. Like he sings well, plays well, great taste in like song selection as far as like suggestions.
Right.
I was like, this dude's cool, I was digging him. So he and I would hang out like before or after rehearsals in this band. And I'm gonna start this by saying this: like it's a common thing. It's a practice where if you're in a band and be in other bands as well, there is a space where that can coexist, right? Some people do get very territorial and just like, but it's a thing, right? I have friends that have like bands that they're successful in, and they go and tour with someone else, so it's like a whole thing. So because some people, there are some individuals that be like, David is the bad guy in the story, but I'm like, I don't care at this point. Kick rocks. So I told I'm gonna say his name is KB. KB's my singer, right? KB is the homie. I told him like, yo, dude, I was like, do you have the potential to be like a frontman and like have your own group? Like do you have like the charisma? Like, I was like, because you're singing background in this band and I'm playing, but it's like, you should have your own thing. And I was like, and I'd like to help you. And like, if you want to start another band, just like have it on the side, like a side thing, like, let's do this, And he was kind of like, because he hadn't done it before. He was like, no. So we started doing it. And we discussed like other members, as far as like who we wanted to bring in, or, what about so-and-so, so-and-so. And we used a few members from the band that we were currently in. But one of the guys, for whatever reason, and this is where the self-preservation and job thing comes in, I guess my singer just like rubbed him the wrong way and would like kind of be passive aggressive in rehearsals, in the rehearsals for the initial band. Like we'd just be rehearsing and going through songs and be like, yo, let's do this. And he would like stop songs abruptly and be like, that's not your job to do that. I do that. Like kind of like on like a this is my band kind of thing. And the rest of us were kind of just like, no, that's not true. We all do that. So like, why are you just now power tripping thinking that this is all you, right? For the sake of like your ego. And it got bad. Like it was to the point where like during performances, like this guy would just kind of like sabotage songs. We'd be like, yo, like we'd call for like a solo. Yo, take a solo, and he would just like troll us and like not play anything. And so then we're all up there like looking like idiots, and we're like, dude, what is this guy doing? And so we wanted to have like a band meeting to like air some of these things out and be like, dude, what's going on? Like, why are you acting this way? Like, if you have a problem with like so and so, like let's discuss this.
Yeah.
This guy refused to get together for a band meeting, and told the leader of the band, he's like, no, I don't like this KB. I don't like so-and-so. Well, because he does this, this, and this. He's a snake, blah, blah. And we were all just like, dude, what? Like, can we at least get together and like say this to my face, bro? Let's air this out.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of it had to do with that guy's ego. Just like he fancied himself like the guy that would call the shots, but there were several times where it's like, dude, you're not that guy. And so it ended up like he ended up quitting the band. He quit the band. And after that, there was like some like friction in the scene where like if it kind of felt like people had to choose between knowing that guy and being his friend, or being like mine and KB's friends and like kind of siding with us. And it just became this like talking bad about each other, like behind each other's backs, two other musicians, meeting new musicians. We had a drummer that joined the band that I'm in now, and he had run-ins with this individual, and he was like, oh, so you're playing with David and KB in their band? And our friend was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, good luck with that, dude. Like they're kind of like this, and that. And so my friend was like,
wow,
okay, like, cool. And once he would hang out with us and like rehearse, got to know us, he was like, that guy was out of his mind. Like, you guys are like super sweet, nice guys. Like, to this day, I'll still like meet guys and like in other bands and whatnot, and like they know about this individual, and they're just kind of like, oh wow, you guys are like nothing like what I'd heard. And we're like, what is being said? Like, what, but it all came with like this guy thinking that his role in the group was like of significance. And when someone else came and kind of challenged it, and kind of like indirectly, because my singer wasn't at all trying to like hijack things. He was just like, oh, we need song suggestions like for a gig coming up. Oh, like what about this song or this song?
Yeah.
And the band would like collectively be like, oh, it's a good idea. Let's try that out, blah, blah. And this would just rub the other guy the wrong way where it's like, now he's not the center of attention. And it just became this whole like, so it's nasty. It's that mindset of like, it's like when you start a new job somewhere and they're showing you how to do things. And then you kind of question it and you're like, so is that how you guys do this? And like, do you think this is the best way to go about doing this? And they're like, well, that's how we've always done it. So,
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, okay, that's all right, cool. Like, and if you challenge it, you're seen as like a usurper, and you're like, I'm just trying to help all of us get to this like better place and maybe make this more efficient or streamline this and consistency. And people view it as like a direct personal insult where you're like, oh, you're questioning how I do it. And it's like, well, maybe it's not the best way to do it. So, but to this day, I still don't know what that guy's problem with us. We've like, others have asked him and we're like, what happened? And I'm like, I can only speculate and tell my side of the story, but I don't know what he has to say about it. And he never wanted to get together and talk about it and air it out. So, but yeah, there you go. You got a little bit of a San Luis Obispo like music scene, like drama. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So with the Belichick thing, it's like Falcons. Do you really think you like have any kind of grounds to like, I don't know, be picky about who you have as your head coach? I'm also, I don't know, maybe it's like I'm inclined to lean towards Belichick in this like Belichick Kraft thing, because Kraft just gives off like shady billionaire owner, like executive, like just kind of like we saw with the Dynasty. Like he's the guy that wants to be, and it's like, dude, I haven't heard a whole lot of players actually talk bad about Bill and say that Bill is like he's a good coach. At the very least, you can say he's like a decent coach that has a way of doing things that has some degree of success. Whether you want to question if it's him or Brady, it's like the guy knows what he's doing. Like, and so for those Falcons guys to be like, oh no, the traitor. It's like, bro, the Falcon, like you guys suck. You can't really be.
Yeah, it's weird that Kraft is like on this mission.
Yeah.
To slander his name like that, though. But yeah, I think whenever it comes to self-preservation, I think it's one of those things that I've certainly learned in seeing people just operate for themselves and operate in a way that benefits them, because everyone's gonna. It's easy to it's easy to say something that everybody wants to hear, like I'm here so that we win. I'm here so that we can like advance or whatever. And it's a whole other thing to be able to be willing to put yourself in situations where sometimes you don't get all the credit and sometimes somebody else gets the credit, but you all win collectively.
Right.
You all achieve your goal. And I think with Belichick, I think that's one of those things that it's weird that the Falcons decided not to get him when it's like, bro, he has 8 Super Bowls. If you count the Giants when he won.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, how you think you know more than him? Like you really think you like that's weird. Like it's weird. It's why I had mentioned it to you. Like I was so happy that Shanahan at least called him. I was happy that Shanahan was.
He was due that respect at least. Where
I mean, like, hey, would you want to lead my defense? Because it just, at least to me as a Shanahan guy, told me, okay, this guy is humble.
He pays his dues.
Yeah, he's humble enough to recognize he knows more than me here.
Yeah,
and I think it's really hard to be a person that is willing to reach up and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. Can you help me?
That's what I'm saying. With those dudes it's like you wouldn't want to, even if you were to erase like Hyde Belichick's name from the situation, like dude, he's someone that studied under like Bill Parcells. like that has to speak for something. Work with
Nick Saban worked
Nick
under him.
Saban, exactly. All you go quarterback and Tom Brady. You're gonna tell me that guy hasn't soaked up at least anything of significance that can help your team improve.
Yeah.
So
it's just, but I think if we open it up, like if we do a wider thing, I think you end up finding just how many people are almost like enslaved to this idea of of self-preservation over winning, over achieving, over advancing.
yeah.
And I think it's such a crazy disease whenever you see somebody get so bogged down by that you're like, man, like,
Yeah.
if you were truly about advancing and truly about getting to where you need to get to, you would be willing to sacrifice and take the proper steps and do.
Yeah. And even with some of these like some of these star players, right? Like I think it's The Last Dance where MJ was talking about like what like an ass he was to his teammates in practice.
Mm-hmm.
And what struck me the most, what stuck with me was like that he was like, obviously I want to win, but he's like, I want them to win with me too. And I can't do my thing if I don't have them on the same page and on the same wavelength that I'm on. You see it with Kobe when he would get on guys in practice saying, oh, you can't guard it. Like, dude, he wants you to be at that level that he's at.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to pull you up to where he's at. Brady, was it the haircut thing that Brady was doing where like he was talking about like modern day players and he's like, dude, they're all about themselves. They want the personal individual brand. And it's like, what about the team?
Yeah.
And I remember seeing these Patriot games where like defense was playing well and they just had to run the ball to win the game. And Brady's like, all right, I'll hand it off, dude. I don't need to throw, X amount of passes for X amount of yards and X many touchdowns. We just need to win the game. And if that requires us using our running game and me just handing it off, then it is what it is. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you think Belichick, I'm assuming he still wants to coach, gets a job next offseason, you think at some point, or do you think maybe like, dude, what if someone like gets fired a few games into the season and they're like, all right, we got to make a call.
I think that's in the books. I think that can happen. Like, if you're a team that's supposed to win and you have a bad start, like if you're the Eagles, say you're the Eagles, and say the Eagles start like 1-3, 1-4. You don't call Belichick, like,
right.
We got the roster. We can't miss the playoffs. Like, we can't, like, there's
help
no
us,
way.
Please.
Come on. It wouldn't be too.
That's what I'll put on my German cap, and I'm like, just make the call. Just make the call. Just
make the call. Just call. Just call the man. That's it.
Yeah.
Poke
him on Facebook. Just be like, yo, like you still there? Hey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's an interesting thing when you think about like how people are about self-preservation. It's such a, because you see it everywhere. Like you even see it like in the church. You see it.
Oh, don't get me started, dude.
Because you see it like, and it's so crazy. Just how much like I remember somebody telling me one time, like whenever you're picking a mentor, you always want to pick somebody that's older than you, because someone that's older than you is not threatened by you.
Right. Oh,
and it's true.
Yeah.
And I think this idea of self-preservation, it's so tied to that, because we get people that are afraid to get replaced, afraid to lose out on something, and so they sabotage everybody else because they're too afraid of the growth that may be coming and that they may be part of.
Right, and that's like the specifically like in church, that's the unfortunate part, because it's like You do realize everyone will be eating if
Yeah.
you were to put the ego aside and be like, you know what, let's try it this way. Let's,
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
and then
crazy.
the congregation suffers. They're cheated out of like
Yeah.
the best leader there, that can actually
Yeah.
help people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a major topic. And when I was reading the story, it was just like, man, like this is so like typical human behavior.
Yeah.
Like this isn't even specific to sports. This is very human behavior in any walk of life. You experience people that are just afraid to lose their job. And so
Yeah.
they enter into this mode of not wanting to lose out. So they will not pursue something because they're trying to hold on. They're like the squirrel
Trying to
just trying to
save
hold on
face.
to the
Yeah.
nut. Yeah. Um,
I'm really glad that since this particular incident, like with Belichick, like it's happening in this era, and we're in the era of like podcasting is like a huge thing. Like we're on here, you know what I mean? Shout out to us, patting ourselves on the back. But people can actually speak out about these things. So when I see like Julian Edelman's like podcast, I'm like, no, this guy, like he's been there, he was there, and so he knows. And just hearing him talk about Belichick, it's just like, oh, dude, like if this guy was part of the winning, and he's telling you like, dude, this like he was the guy, he had a template in place. It's like I don't know why like Kraft and these guys would just think that this is like that they're gonna get away with this like now. If this was like 20 years ago, it's like all right, who's gonna go listen to so and so talk about this? But like it's all out there now. It's in the open. So yeah.
I think there's also this idea that like it's okay if you don't like people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you and I, or when you and I, got to speak into existence, are like super duper successful podcast people.
Oh, there you go.
And we get in an argument about something. And we're like, yeah, like that guy sucks right now because that guy did whatever. I think there's such a weird thing where people think you have to like each other at all times in all moments. And it's like, that's not possible. That isn't.
Oh yeah.
That isn't realistic. And if you say you always like somebody, they never upset you, they never piss you off, then either you're lying, or B, you have never had a real conversation before.
Right. It's like a shallow.
Yeah. And so I think this idea that like you have to like Belichick to hire him, I think it's crazy. Like maybe it helps if you like him, but I think it's such a interesting thing because you see that in friendships too, where people stop being friends. It's like, oh, well, why just stop being friends? Oh, I just they upset me that one time. It's like just so nobody has ever upset you. Like that's the mark. Like the mark is Because I was thinking the other day when we did the pod with Garrick,
right?
And I was telling I had like put in the text about cover bands, and I could tell it struck a chord. I could tell like it bugged you that I said that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And it was interesting because it was one of those. I was like, well, I don't obviously feel that way about cover bands because
right.
Who like I'm the last person to offer any criticism to an actual musician. And I was just kind of saying, okay, I'm just gonna push what you're saying to its furthest conclusion, and this is where we end up. And I was thinking, like, man, like imagine we're immature and it's like the whole podcast we stopped doing podcasts together, because I said that one thing that pissed you off or upset you, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a weird thing how many relationships, in business, professionally, get broken because like you go through seasons of like I don't like that guy right now, and I think
Right.
with Belichick, it's like, well, maybe you're not supposed to like your football coach. Like he is supposed to be super tough. He is supposed to be like
Right.
super aggro. Like, yeah, you're
Your main
probably
concern should be like, can this guy help us win?
yeah,
Like what?
like your favorite person in the world is probably isn't going to be
The
like
coach you're hiring.
yeah,
Like,
your
yeah.
football coach.
And then same thing with like coaches and like players. It's
Yeah, exactly.
like, can you run your route or can you
Yeah.
cover that guy? Great, we're gonna get along fine if that's the case.
Yeah, because like I think of like people who like get into like screaming matches, like the videos we've seen of Brady yelling at like getting into the offensive coordinator. Like I'm pretty sure that guy is not an easy guy to work with,
Right.
but he gets it done. And I think like man, like how many people because they want to preserve their job, it becomes a matter of getting along or liking, not even getting along, liking. And it's like, well, I can get along with you and not like you. Like that can happen. Like we can coexist.
Like people do that at work all the time, you know? Like it's just
Exactly.
like, yeah.
But it's crazy how many people like self-destruct or destroy a situation because
Right.
of they didn't like what somebody said. They they their feelings went sour on a person over something, and it's like
Right.
that's such a weird like mentality.
I think at the end of the day it comes down to like the emotional maturity and just being able to communicate.
Mm.
Cause like, bro, don't get me wrong. Like, bro, you're my boy. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
When you brought up the cover bands, like, there were some
Yeah.
thoughts that went through my head where I
Of
was just
course.
like, bro, like, screw this guy right now.
Of course.
But then part of me was like, once I like calmed down, I was like, okay, one, we're arguing, so it's like you can definitely pull like the extremes for the sake of argument. And I was like, and then I thought too, I was like, once we talk about this in person on the pod, I was like, we can discuss this like in actual detail and be like,
Yeah.
this is a thing, this is a thing, like this
Yeah.
is why they're different or whatnot, you know?
Right.
You know? Because if I had acted on impulse, like I would have been like German who, you know, I'd have been like if this had been 2 weeks ago, I'd have been like, let me cancel that like train trip down there, like bro, like you know. But it's
yeah.
but yeah, dude, communication, man, emotional maturity.
Yeah, and it's a huge part of what we do, what we have to do, because I think it's how you understand the where somebody's going and somebody's thought process, and kind of just this idea of, and even like being able to argue about stuff. Like you
Right.
think of like how many people actually like lose friendships over an argument. They're like, why don't you guys talk again? Oh, because they they were on Kendrick's side in the
Right. Yeah.
It's like, wait, that's how you guys don't talk anymore? Like, yeah, we got in an argument.
Well, because okay, even
And it's like, what?
like Garrick said that with like him and Tommy. Like I saw like if we haven't told you about Tommy, like Tommy's like his
Right.
main producer, main guy.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
those two. I've been in the studio. There's like another friend of theirs named Steven who's also like one of the producers, but like Tommy's like he's been there at every session that I've been at, you know? And so like they're like this.
Yeah.
So when Garrick was like, dude, we got into it because of this rap beef, and it's just like they're still boys though. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they might disagree entirely, but it's like, and yeah, like you said, if you guys, you're gonna know you're either lying to yourself or you're not really that close if things like that are gonna like just make it crumble, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy just how that whole thing typically plays out. Because people just want to preserve themselves. They want to, whether they want to keep the job, whether they want to keep their own image. Um, yeah, it's weird.
Or
What's
just for the
a
sake of like having uncomfortable conversations.
mm-hmm.
Like when
Yeah,
I left
because
the band, like when I left
yeah,
it, the band that I spoke about, like the other band, like
mm-hmm.
I eventually I left that band and I had to have like a sit down, like dude, it was uncomfortable. But I'm like,
Mm,
I'm not I'm the position that I'm in. I'm not happy with, so I have to do something. I have to at least face the music and be like, yo, this is what's going on with me. I feel this
yeah,
way and that way.
yeah, and
And
that
feelings are going to be hurt, but it's like it's not my intention, but it is what it
yeah,
is, you know.
and that's what's weird. That's what's weird about the whole situation because you do get like into how all this kind of like hits different pockets, because
Mm-hmm.
it gets so much bigger than just um not teaching somebody or not fully training somebody. It even gets like to what is it that you're preserving, and that kind of ends up being the thing. Like if you get afraid and then maybe you don't like move the band because you're like, oh man, but this is actually established, and if I leave, then what if I'd never get into another band again? And all of a sudden, you don't start the band with your guy, and
Right, and then I'm
you're
stuck
not
in
where you're at.
that cycle of like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it requires so many risk to be willing to live above the self the self image or the self protecting of what you have, and sometimes you're gonna have
right,
to risk it, and you get to a better place, you get to a better spot, you're able to achieve higher ground, and even if you do lose something in the process, it turns out to be it was worth it. It was a worthy thing to lose because now I'm here. Now I've achieved this thing. Um, and I think that's the
right.
part that's like not always remembered, That's the part that like when you think of self-preservation, the stuff that you forget about is the stuff that you gave up. You're like, oh man, like I thought I was gonna really miss that. And it's like, yeah, it was fine. I was fine without that. We were like,
Mm-hmm.
I needed to not do that. We're good. And that's crazy. It's such a funny thing. But if you're never willing to look beyond yourself, then you'll never know what that is. It's just
Yeah,
and it's interesting. It's a I think in terms of friendship, I think it's sometimes it's worthwhile to chase an argument or a conversation. Like I love arguing, like fun arguing, obviously, not like
right.
re-arguing. Especially with like the people that I love because it allows us to to get to know each other, our thought process, um, how
Right,
it
the
is.
buttons, like pushing buttons, like just like, like,
Yeah, because
yeah.
you're able to see just someone's thought process, where they go, where they're comfortable, where they're not, um, and you're able to see like, oh, you go here. This is where you run to whenever. Like I had a roommate who every time he was losing an argument, he would give you the exception. So if we were arguing about, um, we one time talking about abortion. We're having a thing about abortion, um, and I was like making my case for like for pro life, and I was like there should be programs where we should bring back um, orphanages. We should make adopting in the U.S. easier and cheaper
Mm-hmm.
so that abortion doesn't have to be the only option. And so I was making the whole thing. And so and he was starting to lose the argument. He was starting to lose it. And he's like, well, okay, well, what about the girls that get raped? And it's okay, well, if you're gonna like come come with the exception, then yeah, I mean, I guess. And it was one of the things he did. Every time he was losing, he would bring up the exception. And so it was just like I would have. And so I learned like when he gets frustrated, he goes to the most extreme levels
Right.
just to cling to the argument or win part of the argument.
Right.
And it was interesting. It was an interesting tactic that he would do, because that was like his saving grace. And I love arguing with people because you get to learn. You get to learn where they land, and a lot of times you're able to see just their strengths as well.
And like the tendencies to like just like
yeah.
So that happened like with my brother like met one of my coworkers and like they're buddies now. They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they work out together sometimes. Like whenever my friends like off the clock, they'll go and work out and stuff. And my buddy's like a big like foodie, and he's also like he has like a very like specific taste. Like I've taken this guy places, and he's just like, I thought this was like total trash, and I'm just like he called something trash, and I was just like, dude, like what, So very particular with his taste. And Sammy is like the ultimate like Woody Woodpecker instigator, like just. And so I had told my brother about my buddy's like taste and just like how particular he was. And Sam would go and just like pickle the beast and kind of throw little jabs his way to kind of see what he would say. And so I like, and because they would both talk to me like about each other. And so I'm just like, oh, you guys are literally like throwing like jabs to see who like the chink and whose armor is going to be where and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, and it's funny because they would both recognize it like right off the bat from each other, just like, oh, he doesn't like this or this, or I'm going to bring up this and that. And it's like, oh, he doesn't like this restaurant. I'm going to call that restaurant like my favorite restaurant and just see how he takes it and how he responds. And it's just like, and so those like, they just like, and I'm like, I'm watching them, they're playing like verbal chess. And then I'm just kind of like the mediator. And I'm just like, oh, you guys like fighting. Like you guys just like,
yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. But, and it's funny because Sammy like, and since I know, I'm obviously like I grew up with my brother, so when my coworker would tell me things my brother would do, I'm just like, oh yeah, no, that's him to a T, exactly. Like I've come across that before when he talks to me about this thing or that thing. It's like,
right.
Yeah. I'm like you. I like arguing too. Like it's like like you said, like the fun ones, like where it's just like, well, what about this? But sometimes I catch myself playing like devil's advocate a little too much, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just.
It's funny because when it comes to like real arguing, like real arguing, I'm the first to cave. Like I'm.
If it were like
like if it's something super serious, I'm the first to fall on the sword. I'm the first.
You're like, all right, cool.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I want to reconcile. I want to reconcile really immediately. Like let's move on. Like let's.
Right.
But if it's like fun arguing,
if it's like a sports take, you're like, bro, we're not leaving this table until.
It's like Eliza and I have been arguing about Ginobili and Klay Thompson for months, and we're gonna argue that.
Dude, that's the reason why I stopped talking in there, because I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, and these two, bro. You guys are like Robert Baratheon and like Rhaegar Targaryen, like just fighting it out to the death, and I'm like, I'm just gonna. Where's the popcorn?
During the Olympics, he's gonna send a message, and we're gonna just pick it up all over again,
dude.
And I love that. I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah,
I just love it. I'm here for it,
dude. Oh man, that's like me and Aaron with like like Tom Brady. Like anytime it comes up, we're just like yeah, you saw a little bit of it like
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
did the
yeah,
pod.
yeah, yeah,
As soon as I mentioned him, he was like, "Here we go," and I'm like, "No, here we go, bro!" Like every time we
yeah,
meet, like just
yeah.
yeah,
I love those. Those are the best.
yeah.
Those are the best.
Uh,
Do you have a final thought?
Final thought. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty at the moment lost with like the hip hop beef situation because like you mentioned the Kanye thing, which I heard like a little bit of it, but not
Hmm.
like in depth.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I don't know. I'm just like at this like my head's spinning. I Gary made a poster for like shows he's doing, and he made it like a meme where it's like we really have like a rap civil war going on,
Yeah.
like the Avengers Civil War, and
Right.
it was
Right.
like rappers on each side and work, and he even put like his own head in the mix. I was like, oh, that's nice. But I'm like, wait, what's going on right now with this? I thought it was just like Kendrick and Drake, and now Kanye jumped in, and Future's back at it, and I'm like,
Yeah. It's
Rick
super.
Ross, so and so responded to who, and I'm like, I don't
It's
know,
super
bro.
confusing. And then like apparently Chris Brown and the guy from
The Chris, I was like, what?
yeah,
So yeah, I
super complicated.
we got to have Garrick back on. He's got to break this thing down for us. We might even do our own YouTube video to break down these little disses because I can't
Yeah.
keep up at this point.
Yeah.
1v1, I'm there, but
Yeah.
this is like WrestleMania Royal Rumble status. So
For sure.
yeah, what's your final thought?
Um, the NFL draft is Thursday.
Mm.
Um, I love sports, right? Like I'm a huge sports fan.
Yes, yes.
Would you certify that, right?
Oh, dude, you are insane. I
Like
love it.
I love sports. I follow sports.
You're my
I don't
guy. Whenever,
I don't
bro.
think anybody could like ever accuse me of not liking. I could get accused of liking sports too much. I am by no means a casual in the sports that I follow, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
a
dude, you
diehard.
are.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it, you're balls deep in the sports,
Okay.
bro. You are like,
Okay.
yeah, you're there. You're up in it. You know.
I don't understand the people that watch drafts. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. The people who are like, 3 more days for the draft. I can't wait to watch it. You know, like,
Well, is this specific to all drafts or just the
all
NFL one?
drafts, all drafts.
All of
But
them.
this is my
How long
final
is the
thought.
NBA one? Like, is the NBA
It's
one
two
like
days. 2 days.
2 days?
2 days.
Okay, really 2 days? Because it's short. Like, it's obviously like not as many guys on the basketball team as
No, no,
football.
it's 1 day. My bad. It's 1 day. It's 1 day.
I
Because
can get watching that one if
the
it's one
first one,
day. But the NFL one, like I used to watch
I
it when I was like
don't.
a youngster, and I'm after like the first like couple picks in the first round, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm going to school. Like this is like, you know. And then I would tune in like throughout the next couple days during a round. Like I remember when Russell Wilson got drafted, whatever
Yeah,
pick he was, and I was thinking like, oh, this guy's short for a quarterback. But I was just like, oh, this is the round we're in, and this
yeah,
random guy from Wisconsin was chosen. Okay,
right.
cool. But so yeah, would you go to a draft like
No,
the first? You wouldn't really?
I don't get it. I don't understand this fascination that people have with wanting to see the draft. I don't get like I don't get it. And people have tried to explain it to me because people are like, "Oh man, this is my favorite night of the year." Like this, and it's like it's I don't get it. I love sports and I love the like little nuances of like fandom and I get it. Like I'm in, you know? The songs, like Real Madrid has a song every time it comes out, I'm singing to it. Get it. Like, the 49ers get a first down and you could do the oh. I get it. The Chiefs with the like I understand all those little things. I get it. The Rams do the, whose house because they forget like whose house it is, because they're so overran by other fans that they just like, wait, this is our stadium, right? So I get it. Like everyone has their thing. For the life of me, I just don't understand the draft. I don't understand if I watch the draft. I don't watch the draft. I've never watched the draft. Even when I was little, I was like, why do I want to watch this?
Do you at
And
least like getting notifications?
yeah, like I'll like see on Twitter like so and so
Right.
went here, so and so went here, and it's like, all right, cool, whatever. And then like when the Niners had the 2 pick, I was like, oh man, I want Nick Bosa. And then the Niners got Nick Bosa, and I was like, nice. And I kept moving because it was like, all right, like he's not gonna play right now.
Yeah.
He's not gonna suit up. Like,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't really like.
And I know that there's people that get super excited for it. I know there's like, I'm in like a dynasty league, and like those guys are like, the draft
Is
is
it
in two
safe to say
days.
it's like a okay, well, you would know better than me, but like for the NBA draft, do people do the same thing? Like they go and watch it? Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's primarily like a football. If you look at like, say you're like a
No,
diehard Packers fan.
in the NBA is
But,
the same thing.
wow.
So I don't get it. I don't understand. To me, it's like a graduation, and I hate graduations.
Ah,
I
okay.
just think it's. I told my sister. I told Anissa. She graduated during COVID. She graduated from high
Right.
school during COVID. And I always tell her, your graduation is my favorite graduation out of all of them because we drove up. They said your name. We cheered for you.
Oh yeah.
We took a picture, and then we left. I didn't have to listen to like 300 other random names and just sit there through these long
Right,
speeches.
right.
It was just you. I was there for you. And I tell my other sister who graduated high school in like a year or so, when I go to your graduation, because her initials are AA, so you know she's gonna be one of the first ones they say.
You're like, I'm leaving after that. Like,
I'm like, they're gonna say your name, and I'll like go get like I'm gonna go to like hopefully they sell hot dogs outside because
yeah.
I'm gonna be outside eating snacks.
Yeah.
I don't like graduations, and to me the draft is
It's
these
in a similar vein. Like you're yeah, yeah.
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 Remember when who was that guy the gay dude that got drafted by the Rams?
Something Sam, Michael Sam or
Yeah, something like that.
right. Yeah.
He was the linebacker, no?
Yeah.
And then like they showed him kissing, and people were like, I remember some people were outraged. And I remember telling someone like, "Well, that's what you get for watching the draft." Like, yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Like who is it? Like, I understand if my brother,
Right. Yeah, yeah. Like if you're like
if my brother was like a football player, he played college, and he's gonna get drafted.
you're drafted high too. You're like, yeah, let's go do the
Or
thing.
even like someone like Tom Brady, someone like that who gets drafted, but like he's getting drafted. I get it, bro. We're watching, if they tell him, hey, you're a day 2, day 3 guy, bro, day 2, day 3, we're glued to the TV. We're waiting. But if it's like, I want to see where they land. All right. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. So if
I
you
feel like
like it, good for
even if you
you.
knew someone that was getting drafted, I feel like you'd still be the guy like, yo, just tell them you'll watch it from home, no matter how high it is. Like let's just hang out at the house and like have the spread with like we'll order pizza and wings and we'll sit on the couch.
No lie,
Bro.
if I knew somebody
That's
that
you.
was
You're like
actually,
just
if I knew somebody and they're
like, bro,
like,
I'll charge
hey,
your phone. When they call you, I'll hand you the phone, bro. Like just
but it'd be one of those like, bro, like I'll have my notifications on, and even if I'm not watching, I'll send you to congratulations, bro. You deserve it.
yeah.
I didn't have to watch.
Yeah.
It's outrageous to me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But
No, I'm with you.
I don't get it.
I really enjoyed my sister's graduation too. She like had like a COVID one, and they did like a
those are the
drive-up one.
best. Yes,
And
those
then
are the
they
best.
they did like an in-person one like at the fairgrounds here, but you had to stay in your car like the whole time. So it was like a drive-in, like you just. And so I wore like a nice shirt, but I kind of wore like whatever like jeans or like I might have even worn like shorts, like cargo shorts. And my mom was like, you're not going to dress up and wear something. I was like, we're not getting out of the car. Like, why? I was like, no. I was like, I'm here. Yeah. That's it. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the COVID graduates. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you on
Wednesday, right?
Wednesday in real life. Thursday, when everybody hears it, Thursday.
For sure. Yeah.
Where we'll do basketball. I can't believe I'm going to have to rehash this game with Garrick. I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
But it should be fine.
Okay, you're also going to talk about the other games too, which
that's true.
Spread out the pain,
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll talk about the Lakers first. That way we just get it out.
Just get it out of the way. After that, it's all laughs and giggles.
Just rip the Band-Aid. Rip the Band-Aid off. All right.
Hearing you talk about sports teams that aren't your teams, it's like that one. Okay, when we got together with Angel and Victor that one time at Angel's place, and you and Victor were talking about the Dodgers, and you guys were just totally immersed, having fun.
Yeah,
that's like, for me, that's peak German sports. Like, if it's not a team that's yours, you're having a blast.
Oh yeah, because
if it's you're miserable if it's your team.
There's no emotion unless I'm talking about Real Madrid. Real Madrid makes me really happy. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
They always take care of me.
Yeah.
I think that's the price to root for them is that I have to root for all these other knuckleheads.
Yeah. Shout out to the Sox and Man U and the Niners.
Shout out to Man U. Oh,
shout Ten Hag. Shout to my boy. Shout out to my boy Daniel. I don't know how he still feels about it, but my boy Daniel.
As that text, send Daniel a text and just let me know what he says.
I'm gonna. What should I ask him? Like, because obviously I'm not in tune, but like, what should I say?
Like, you still good with Ten Hag? Like, Ten Hag is still part of the solution for you?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll ask him.
Ten Hag.
I'll report back. I'll see what he says.
Yeah. All right.
Because he asked me about the draft. About the Patriots. So that's why I asked you that one day. Because I had some guys that I was feeling up. I was right. I'm like, and then Elijah too mentioned Drake May. So I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, so.
But you guys might trade it. That's the rumor on the street.
I know. I was like, all right, dude.
You guys are stupid.
I'm in like germ territory with like the things now. So my time has come.
Oh man. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro.
That's the pod. We are brought to you by, as always, Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors and walls, and self-leveling underlays. They service California, and they speak Spanish. You can follow them, Triumph_Coatings on Instagram, and you get a 10% off if you use the promo code ArrowsUp. You can also reach them on Gmail, triumphprotectivecoatings@gmail.com. That was the pod. Thank you to David. Thank you to Angel for the music. Thank you to Triumph. You can listen to this podcast anywhere you get your pod, so please rate, review, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram @ArrowsUp, and I will talk to you again on Thursday with an NBA pod, giving you full detail as to what has been going on in the NBA. And Barcelona keeps crying, makes me happy. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Maybe Barcelona just a bunch of crybabies. But that's it for me. Talk to you Thursday. Until next time, it was a podcast. Let's go Lakers. Let's win one. Let's go Sox. Hala Madrid.